When people buy a new car, they usually ask the same questions. Is the brand reliable? Does it use less fuel? Is the engine powerful enough? But in 2026, looking only at the badge is no longer enough. Because many new cars now come with small turbocharged engines. On paper, these engines look impressive. They promise better fuel economy, lower emissions, and strong power from a smaller engine. But behind that attractive image, there is another reality. Turbocharged engines are much more complex than old naturally aspirated engines. They run hotter, they work under higher pressure, and they are far more sensitive to maintenance. Some manufacturers engineered this technology very well. But some engines developed serious problems: oil consumption, carbon buildup, turbo failure, timing chain issues, coolant leaks, and even complete engine failure. In this video, we will look at the turbo engines you should be careful with in 2026, the ones you may want to avoid, and the few turbo engines that actually earned a better reputation. Because sometimes, the problem is not the car brand. Sometimes, the real problem is the engine under the hood. The idea behind a turbo engine is actually simple. Instead of wasting exhaust gases, the engine uses them to spin a turbine. That turbine pushes more air into the engine. More air means stronger combustion. And stronger combustion means more power from a smaller engine. It sounds smart. And in many ways, it is. But there is one major weakness. A turbocharger works at extremely high temperatures and extremely high speeds. Some turbo systems can spin hundreds of thousands of times per minute. To survive that kind of stress, the turbo needs one thing more than anything else: clean engine oil. In a turbo engine, oil does not only protect the engine. It also keeps the turbo alive. If the oil is old, dirty, low, or the wrong type, where can begin inside the turbo? If the car is driven hard and then shut off immediately, the oil inside the hot turbo can burn and create deposits. Over time, those deposits can restrict oil flow and damage the turbo from the inside. Another common issue is carbon buildup. Many modern turbo engines use direct injection. Fuel goes directly into the cylinder, so it no longer washes over the intake valves. Over time, carbon can build up behind those valves. This can cause rough idle, misfires, power loss, and expensive cleaning procedures. So, a turbo engine is not automatically bad. But if it is poorly designed or poorly maintained, the repair bill can be very expensive. At number 5, we have the GM 2.7-liter TurboMax engine. This engine is used in trucks like the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra. And that is where the controversy begins. For many years, these trucks were known for larger, proven V8 engines. But in some versions, GM replaced those older engines with a smaller turbocharged engine. On paper, it looks good. It has power. It has torque. And the fuel economy numbers look better. But in real-world use, some owners have reported oil consumption issues. In a turbocharged engine, oil consumption is not a small detail. The turbo needs a clean and steady supply of oil to survive. If the engine regularly burns or loses oil, that does not only threaten the engine. It also puts the turbo system at risk. Another concern is long-term data. This engine has not built the same long history as older truck engines. So there are still questions about how it will hold up after many years and high mileage. If you are buying a truck for real work, towing, or long-term ownership, you should not look only at horsepower. You should look at the engine's history, owner complaints, maintenance costs, and long-term reliability. A powerful truck is good. But a proven engine is better. At number 4, we have the Hyundai and Kia 1.6-liter Gamma turbo engine. This engine was used in several Hyundai and Kia models. And because of that, it is very common in the used car market. In some model years, this engine was associated with oil consumption, piston ring problems, and serious engine failures. In the worst cases, the problem was not only about being stranded on the road. It could become a safety issue. If oil reaches areas where it should not be, or if engine damage becomes severe, fire risk may become a concern. That is why buying a used Hyundai or Kia with this engine requires extra attention. Do not look only at the price. Do not look only at the mileage. Do not look only at the exterior condition. Check the VIN. Look for open recalls. Ask for service history. Find out if the engine ever had oil consumption problems. Ask whether the engine was repaired or replaced under warranty. A well-maintained vehicle may still be fine. But if the history is unclear, this engine can become a major risk. In the used car market, the most dangerous car is not always the cheapest one. Sometimes, it is the one with a hidden history. At number 3, we have the Volkswagen and Audi EA888 2.0-liter turbo engine. This engine is extremely common. You can find it in models like the Volkswagen Jetta, Golf, Tiguan, and Audi A4 and Q5. Being common can be an advantage. Parts are easier to find. Mechanics are more familiar with the engine. But a common engine is not always a problem-free engine. The EA888 family has been linked to issues such as timing chain problems, high-pressure fuel pump failures, oil consumption, and carbon buildup. Carbon buildup is especially important in direct injection turbo engines. Even at lower mileage, some cars can develop rough idle, hesitation, misfires, or loss of performance. Some owners eventually pay for intake valve cleaning, sometimes called walnut blasting. With this engine, the most important thing is maintenance history. If the oil changes were done on time, if quality oil was used, and if the service records are complete, this engine can last. But if there are gaps in the service history, timing chain noise, oil consumption, or signs of hard driving, the risk becomes much higher. So if you are buying a used Volkswagen or Audi, do not trust only the badge. Trust the records. Because with this engine, maintenance history can make the difference between a good car and a very expensive problem. At number 2, we have Ford's 1.5-liter EcoBoost 3-cylinder engine. This engine was used in models like the Ford Escape, Ford Fusion, and Ford Bronco Sport. The name EcoBoost sounds modern, efficient, and powerful. But in some model years, this engine was connected to serious problems. One of the most concerning issues is coolant entering the cylinders. That is a very serious problem for an engine. Coolant should never enter the combustion chamber. If it does, the engine may run poorly, overheat, or in the worst case, fail completely. In some situations, the engine can stall while driving. And if that happens at highway speed, it is not just a repair issue. It becomes a safety issue. If you are thinking about buying a used Ford with this engine, you need to be very careful. Check the model year. Check whether the engine has been repaired. Look for cooling system records. Ask if there were overheating problems, coolant loss, or engine replacement. The price may look attractive. But if the engine history is not clean, the car can become much more expensive later. Sometimes, the cheapest car on the lot comes with the most expensive repair bill. At number 1, we have a surprising engine, Toyota's 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6. When most people hear the name Toyota, they think of reliability. Corolla, Camry, RAV4, and many older Toyota engines built a strong reputation over decades. But this engine reminds us of something important. A brand can be reliable, but that does not mean every engine is perfect. This twin-turbo V6 is used in larger models such as the Toyota Tundra and Lexus LX. Some vehicles with this engine have faced concerns related to low oil pressure warnings, crankshaft bearing risks, and serious engine complaints. The lesson here is simple. Do not buy a vehicle only because of the logo on the front. The Toyota badge may create confidence. But you still need to check the engine's history, recalls, complaints, and service records. This is especially true with newer turbocharged engines. In the first few years, some problems may only appear after thousands of vehicles are already on the road. So when you buy a new technology engine early, you may not just be buying innovation. You may also be accepting early owner risk. The badge matters. But the engine matters more. So, are all turbo engines bad? No. Some turbocharged engines are actually very strong and well engineered. One of the best examples is the BMW B58 3.0-liter inline-six turbo engine. This engine is used in models like the BMW 3 Series, 5 Series, X3, X5, and even the Toyota GR Supra. The B58 is respected not only because it makes strong power, but also because it has built a good reputation among modern turbo engines. Of course, owning a BMW is not cheap. Parts, service, and labor can cost more than Honda or Toyota. But the engine itself is considered one of the better modern turbo options when properly maintained. Another good example is Honda's 1.5-liter VTEC turbo engine. This engine is found in models like the Civic, CR-V, and HR-V. One big advantage is that it appears in more affordable vehicles. Older versions had some concerns, especially in cold climates, where fuel could mix with the engine oil under certain driving conditions. But in many 2019 and newer models, that issue became much less concerning. So the truth is simple. A turbo engine can be a smart choice. But you need the right engine, the right model year, and the right maintenance history. If you already own a turbocharged car, a few simple habits can help protect the engine and the turbo. First, never delay oil changes. In a turbo engine, oil changes are not optional. They are critical. Use the oil grade recommended by the manufacturer and never stretch the maintenance interval too far. Second, do not shut the engine off immediately after hard driving. If you drove at high speed, climbed a mountain road, towed something, or pushed the engine hard, let it idle for 2 or 3 minutes before turning it off. This helps the turbo cool down more safely. Third, check the oil level regularly. Do not wait only for scheduled maintenance. Check the oil every few weeks. If the engine is consuming oil, you want to know before it becomes a serious problem. Fourth, if you are buying a used car, always check the VIN for recalls. Look for open recalls, engine-related repairs, and service records. Fifth, avoid turbocharged used cars with no maintenance history. A turbo engine can be powerful. It can be efficient. It can be fun to drive. But if it is neglected, it can become very expensive. Small habits can protect you from a very large repair bill. So, here is the final answer. Turbo engines are not automatically bad. Some of them are excellent. Engines like the BMW B58 and Honda's 1.5-liter VTC turbo show that with good engineering and proper maintenance, a turbocharged engine can be reliable. But turbo engines are more complex than naturally aspirated engines. They run hotter. They operate under higher pressure. And they are less forgiving when maintenance is ignored. That is why you should never buy a car based only on the brand name. Look at the engine code. Look at the service history. Check recalls. Read owner complaints. And if you are buying used, never ignore missing maintenance records. Sometimes, the car that leaves you stranded is not a bad car. It is the wrong engine, or a good engine that was badly maintained. Now tell me in the comments. Is your car turbocharged or naturally aspirated? What engine do you drive, and has it been reliable? If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more car content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.